Hey everyone, it's Marco here and back once again from mycolorscreen, bringing you the latest and greatest Android home screen tutorials. So today's video tutorial is on a screen of the day by the very popular Peszek with his home screen, Pure Minimal. And Pure Minimal is the word. It's a 3-page setup, so it's going to have 3 screens, each with their own different minimal setup. With your first screen, it's got your RSS reader with all of your RSS feeds or all your news to catch up on. And in the middle screen, it's got your weather. It's got a very minimal weather and it looks really good. And in your final screen, it's got your apps, all the ones that you can get to in a hurry, as well as your music player. At the top and the bottom, well, starting from the top, it's got your clock as well as how many missed notifications you have. And at the bottom, it's got an awesome looking tab. And this all comes together with it, like it's a minimal, elegant red as well as a pure white. It looks really good in front of that mountain background. Pure minimal, awesome home screen setup. Let us begin with today's video tutorial. Great, so once you've copied everything onto your phone and extracted all the necessary zip files, make sure that you have all your UCCW skins as well as your wallpaper on your phone before you start setting up. Once you have all the necessary files onto your phone, you can begin with setting up your Nova Launcher. Now for this setup, I'll be using Nova Launcher, but you can still do it in Apex. It's actually recommended to do it in Apex, but I'll just like Nova because you can add multiple apps at once, and I'm quite lazy. So all launchers should work with this, but if not, stick to Apex, Nova, or SS Launcher. So starting out, you just want to hold down on the home screen. You want to go into your launcher settings, so I'll just tap the wrench here to get into your Nova settings. And from here, you want to go into your desktop. Next, you want to go into your desktop grid. And now you want to choose your rows and columns. I went for a 10 by 9. It works really well. So I'm just going to select OK. Your margins you want to be none. You want to deselect any shadows. Home screens, you're going to be wanting 3 home screens because, well, that's how many there are in this setup. And let's move on. You want to disable your label icons. Widgets overlap and overlap when placing. Now, you might need this depending on how you want your setup to be, but I'm going to leave this overlapping for now and I'll get to that later. So we're going to go back now. Our dock, you want it to be disabled, and next we're going to be moving on to our look and feel. Now for your icon size, I made it a 80%, which might seem pretty small, but the icons added are quite small. So you can either make these very small and add them in, or just input the icons onto a UCCW file and then save them just so you can resize them like that. But an easier way is just making the icons smaller. And then next you want to disable the notification bar, that one at the top. And as always, you're welcome to add in gestures if you want to get that notification bar to show. So we're just going to select back, and then we have our Nova settings complete. We're going to go back again, and everything should be looking like this. If you have any icons or widgets, remember to drag them into the X at the top. Great, once your Nova settings are complete, we'll be moving on to the wallpaper. So now this wallpaper is very easy to set up. We're just going to be holding down the home screen, selecting wallpapers. I always use Quick Pick, but you're welcome to use your gallery or any other. And you want to go into that folder that you have saved your wallpaper into. Now for Nova, you've got the little option here at the bottom. It's a little crop button that you can select portrait, which just makes it fill up the entire screen. So for here, you just want to select OK. It'll set the wallpaper for you. Real nice and easy. Remember, if it's not fitting too well, you might want to use, say, wallpaper wizardry or image to wallpaper just to get that wallpaper fitting correctly. Once your wallpaper has been set up, you can now move on to the UCCW skins. So remember, you'll have 1, 2, 3 skins. So you're going to be adding in each one of your UCCW widgets to each one of these screens. So starting at the top, we're going to hold down on the home screen and select widgets. And you want to go all the way to UCCW. Remember, it doesn't really matter what size you choose. I always like to go for a 2x1. And once UCCW is loaded, you want to select UZIP as you'll be importing in all the necessary UZIPs. Remember, you want to go find the folder that you have copied all of the UZIPs into, and you'll have all the necessary UZIPs to import. So let's start off. It's going to be at the top, so it's going to be pure notification. It's going to import the skin for you. You just need to select the hand. It's going to be a bit small, but do not worry. You can always hold down, select resize, and then resize that skin. Make it nice and big, just like that. So now you might notice that it looks a little funky at the top there. That's because you just need to set your Gmail account. So make sure your lock widgets is off. If you don't know how to do that, you just have to go into the main app in your app drawer, or the main UCCW app, and then go into your menu here, and then lock widgets, and then select off. That'll enable you to get into your UCCW editor like the one you see before you here. Now you just need to select background, which brings up your select object menu, and you want to select Gmail 1. You want to scroll all the way, your controls, all the way to account. You want to select your account, and once you've selected your account, you want to select your label, say for example, your inbox. If you go back, see what it looks like, boom, fixes it, easy and simple. Next, you're going to be adding in each one of these, so you get added to this one, and then to this one. What I do recommend is if you make any changes, do it on one first, then save it, so that you don't have to keep doing it to each one of these. So once you've added in all three of them, you're going to be moving into the bottom UCCW skins. Great, so once you've set up all your UZIPs, it should look, or all your UCCW skins, you should have 3 screens looking like this. Doesn't really matter what position you put which, but it just looks, I just put news, weather, and then apps as it flows with the bottom tabs. So once you've got all your UCCW skins set up, oh, and almost forgot one thing. You don't want to have to keep on scrolling like this as to get to each screen. You want it to jump to say like that or like that, quick and simple, nice and easy. Now to do that, there's 2 ways of doing it. First is just holding down, selecting Nova Actions, and then selecting Jump to Page. So you'll just have 3 screens. So say for your second screen, you want to jump from this first one to the weather. You just need to drag it on top of your weather one like that. You'll drag it over there. And then once you have it on top, you want to hold down on it, select Edit, select the image. You want to go into your quick pick or whatever gallery you have, and then look for your blank PNG. You want to select it, go OK, select the tick, and now it's gone. So what happens when you select that? Jumps to your weather page. Well, what if you don't like that? You want to do it a simpler way or a different way? You can always use UCCW and set up your UCCW hotspots to the exact same thing. How would you do that? Well, very simple. Just select the UCCW to bring up the editor. Make sure that your hotspots mode's off, otherwise you can't now do that. Remember, just to go into your menu, lock widgets, and then select off in order to get into this UCCW. Next, what you want to do is select here your background, and then select hotspots. Now I've already added in 2, so it's very easy to do. You just select one, drag it up here, change the width and height, and do the exact same for the second one over here. Now what you want to do is assign these hotspots to different pages in your Nova Launcher. So to do that, say for hotspot number 1, you want to select hotspot. From here you want to go into your shortcut, and for some reason mine's all labels have all disappeared, but I know that what Nova Launcher looks like, and it's this one over here. So you want to select Nova Launcher, you want to say jump to page, and exactly the same. If you want to jump to page 1, you select page 1. So when selecting that area over there, it's going to jump to your page 1. Just so you save some time, you don't have to add in an extra icon. So once you do that, you just want to go options here, lock widgets on, and that will enable your hotspots mode. So when you just hold down or just tap it, let's see, boom, just like that. So whatever you choose, whatever works best for you, and stick to it. So once you've got all your skins set up, you can next move on to the RSS, well, the simple RSS widget we'll have over here. Great, so to add in a simple RSS widget, very easy to do. You're going to hold down on the home screen and select widgets. Once your widgets have been loaded, you want to scroll to simple RSS widget. Now you want to deselect the news source, and for news title, see it's blue. You don't want it to be blue, you want it to be red. And you want to make it hashtag 3FSB4747, just like that, and go OK, and it'll make it that nice beautiful red that we see before you. You want to select OK, change it to that. Now you're welcome to make the news title bold just by selecting bold like that. And next you want to make that background fully transparent. So you have your alpha, you want to make it all the way to the left, so make it 0, go OK. Now your icon transparency, you're welcome to make it fully transparent like that. And the last thing you want to do is manage RSS feeds. So to get rid of one, you just select the X like that and go OK. And then add RSS feed, and then select your preferred RSS feed. I'm just going to go for screen of the day, just like that. If you go back, for some reason that makes it set, and you go hold down, resize, and it'll resize it like that. You can resize it a bit more, but if you select back now, there you have your scrollable RSS reader set up just like that. Next, we'll scroll across. There's our weather done. So we just want to set up our apps and our music toggle. Now to add in shortcuts, it's really easy to do. You just need to hold down and select apps. Now the great thing, remember when I said using Nova Launcher, you can say select multiple. Apex and Launcher, unfortunately, you just have to do it one by one. but it's not too bad because you only have to do that for 10 icons. So you can choose any 10 that you would want. Remember to first download the basic squares icon pack, otherwise you won't be able to do this. So you can just go say calendar, your camera, Chrome, clock, and keep going until you've got all 10 and you want to select add. This will add them all in the top corner. So now you can just pull and keep dragging them until you have 10. Great, so once you've got all of your icons set up like this, all 10 in a row, then what you want to do is say hold down on one, you want to select edit, select the image, and then go into Quick Pick or wherever other icon software that you use. So next you want to go into the folder that you've now extracted. Remember those basic squares, it should have lots of icons appearing like this. This is for the light version, and there are quite a few to choose from. So say you want to go for the calendar, let's scroll and say select, I like this one, and you'll just select OK, and then select the tick, and then it'll change it for you. You want to do it for each one of these 10. I know it's a bit time consuming, but once it's done, it's set up just like that. So I'm going to be changing each one of these to make it look like that. So there we have all the icons set up. As you can see over here, this one is the same color that we have, that nice cool looking red color. How did I do that? Well, because these are editable icon files, all you have to do is go, I use the app called Photo Editor, this one over here, and what it'll allow you to do is if you open up your gallery, go back into your Quick Pick, go into your icons here, let's say for the calendar one, from here you can change on any one of these colors to suit your preferences. You're welcome to use Photoshop, but this just saves time having to copy all of these onto your computer and then back again. So if we just go into our color levels, it does look really complicated, but what you just want to do is go into your green, turn off your green just by swiping it all the way to the left hand side, and do the same for blue. So that should give you a very red looking icon. You want to select the tick to save, and then you want to select the first color tab here just to change the saturation a bit, to make it a bit more saturated. You're welcome to play around to get an exact color, but once you like it, you just want to select the tick again and then save it. You're welcome to save it. You're welcome to save it as a PNG, save it onto your SD card, choose where you want to save it, and then go OK. So once you go back and it'll save, then all you have to do is change this icon to that one that you have saved. Last thing to do is to add in your power toggle, those music controls. So you just need to go into your widgets, go into power toggles. It's very easy to do here. You just need to tap one of the icons, select remove. So you just keep on doing this. Very quick to do. Obviously you can't delete the last one as the thing will just disappear. So once you've got one more, what you want to do now is select add toggle and add in your music toggles. So first would be previous track, next would be play pause, and the last one would be next track. Now you can just delete that first one there like that. So you have these three. You now want to drag that transparency all the way to the left so it's fully transparent, and if you scroll a bit down here you can see your button colors. So you want to make it very white, so you just select the first one here, make it white all the way, and say set color. So it should look like that, and then select done, and it'll set it for you like this. You just need to hold down, resize it, and there we have it. You see, select that and you can play and pause your music just like that. So there's our setup complete. Hope you have enjoyed this video tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. But other than that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, as well as check out our Facebook, Google+, and Twitter communities. This is Marco from mycolorscreen, and as always, don't stop customizing.